Hi everyone, welcome to Advocates, the podcast, the juniors. Today we have with us Villie Nethi, an advocate practicing in Malaysia. She's been in practice for about 8 years and she has her own firm. Hi Villie.
Hi Razlan, thank you so much for having me on the show.
My pleasure. First question, why choose advocacy?
Okay, I can honestly say that I didn't consciously choose advocacy, but after a very long time, I think that like vines grow in a building, advocacy has grown on me.
I see, right. So, best lesson from someone leading you?
Okay, so the best lesson or advice someone has given me is to sort of not get too emotionally invested in a case, which I invariably tend to do. But I found that taking this advice and maintaining a little distance, I get to keep that impartiality. I get to remain cool and collected when I present a case, and I really remain objective, and that's really helpful in presenting my client's case.
Right, okay. Your first case, the first substantive words or arguments you used?
Well, I used as an unassailable starting point.
Mhm.
That was because I wanted to get all of the undisputed sort of fluff out of the way, just get down to the crux of it.
Question 4, when was the first time you made the witness on the other side uncomfortable? This is obviously in the trial context.
Yeah. Well, I had a really intractable and just deliberately obstinate, kind of obnoxious witness. And I think as my patience wore thin, I also kind of descended into a great deal of sarcasm and then maybe even condescension. And he really got very offended. And when I was reading the notes later, I was kind of like, oh no, I think I bordered on the bitchy.
Did the judge admonish you or allow you to carry on?
No, the judge just sort of let us both go for it. Once in a while, she'd stop us and she'd be like, okay, hold on, argue slower. I need to take notes.
You go, girl. Right. 10 years from now, what do you want to do?
10 years from now, I would like to be that person whom everyone hears in open court and turns around and goes, oh, who is that? That was compelling, because we've all been in that situation, open court, where we hear someone submit and we're like, oh, suddenly awake. Yeah. I think that's what I'm aiming for.
Okay. Um, why are you still in practice after 8 years? You know, the rate of people leaving the bar is incredibly high. But why are you still in practice, Julie?
Okay, I can put it this way. I'm not bored yet. The work is still mostly satisfying. I don't think 100% because it's not like a fantasy dream unicorn world, but there's still things that really pique my interest and I get excited about and I get really into, and that makes it kind of worth it. And I want to keep doing it until I lose that satisfying feeling.
Right. Trials or hearings? Which one are you?
Definitely hearings. I like having control over the framework, the format, the way I present, the structure, all of the points. I like having that bird's eye view. I like being in control of how it's packaged. Yeah, trials are a little bit too wild cardy. Not my favorite.
Right. Um, what's the worst thing of being second chair or junior at the bar?
Um, this is maybe not so much a second chair, but it's more like being a junior,
Hmm.
because I kind of feel like I get this palpable sensation that I would get the time of day if I was a little bit more senior, or a different reception if I was a little bit more senior, notwithstanding the content of what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, so for people following on from you, behind you on the road, right? 3 pieces of advice.
Okay. I think all of my three pieces are kind of tied together. Um, Firstly, I would say find someone to work for whom you really respect. Make sure that person, he or she, respects you back. And thirdly, make sure that person does quality work that really lights your fire. Because if you hit all these three things, you'll just have a really great juniorship.
Right. Now, have you used your advocacy skills outside the court?
Oh, definitely. So I am
Tell us
really
about
big
this.
I am really big on fighting for my rights, okay? My nail salon, I think they went out of business, closed a few outlets, and then they told me that, oh, you can't have the rest of the money in your package back. Oh, I was so mad. I went to my boss, was like, can I write letters? So I wrote letters, I got my money back, and then I told all of the nail therapists, tell all your customers, give them my phone number. I will write the free letters for them because this is wrong. They can't do that. I like to do stuff like that.
Right. Now, in 8 years at the bar, basically, what was your worst experience in the case, and how did that impact you as an advocate?
My worst experience. Okay, it wasn't really like a case experience, but I can say I had like a really bad moment in court when I was forced to argue against a stay of proceedings while the other side was seeking discovery. It was my client's instructions, and I wasn't really happy with it, but I had to do it. And the judge asked me quite sharply and pointedly, like several times, oh, but as an officer of the court, and that really sort of hit me to my core because I think I pride myself as being an officer of the court most of the time. So that was a kind of a bad moment for me. That's always kind of stuck with me. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Villie Nethi.
Okay, thanks. Bye.